So the Fly Guys podcast is practical consciousness.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure all you guys got one of these, right? iPhone, right? iPhone, Samsung, all that, right? Just make sure your phone don't update more than you. Remember that. You might update every day, but don't let it update more than you. You understand what I'm saying?
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
You got the white man, you got the brother man, you got me, the other man.
You're listening to The Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
All that party. The views expressed on the Fly Guy podcast by the guests of the Fly Guy podcast are only the views of the guests, unless we say we agree. Unless explicitly stated.
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
Tonight we have a program called Real Men Make Changes. It's important to understand the process of creating change and maintaining change. And tonight we have a phenomenal lineup of some young men, not excluding the young women. However, tonight we have three young men who have some great content that they need to share, not just with the young men here, but with everyone, because we all have changes that we can make, and they're all changes that we need.
Well, first I want to thank you for inviting me, right? And my story is pretty much, my story is pretty much classic cliche athlete story, and the thing that I learned along the way was basically I just did things the hard way. You know, when I say I was a knucklehead, that I was like the biggest knucklehead in the world. I didn't get in trouble as far as any type of violence, dealing with the streets or anything. All of my buddies, I had a lot of friends in and out of the streets, but I didn't have that type of trouble. Mine was just basically lazy, not doing what I had to do. At the end of the day, I grew up. My parents, I had a stepfather, and I respect that man to the day I die because he stepped in and he always meant well for me. Really keep me straight. I don't know my father. Most of the community and most of the kids that I deal with and speak with, they don't know their father either. So I know what that component of life feels like. But I had a roof over my head. I ate every day. I went to school with other kids that didn't. That the only time they ate was in school. You know what I mean? And I had an opportunity to excel in sports. I was a three-sport athlete, all skating, track, football, pretty much was well-rounded, was gifted, man. And the first thing that I like to do when I talk to the kids, all ages, I like to gift them to understand that, sports and entertainment is cool and all, but that can't be your life ticket. Yeah. You understand? There's nothing wrong with it. But you have to use it, you have to maximize it. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to understand that it is nothing but a ticket to get you to do a better, have more opportunity. I had 70 scholarships. Something crazy like that. But I'm gonna tell you how I got there. Out of school, I got put out of school because of my grades the last 2 weeks. I had to go to Fork Union. All I had to do was get my grades straight. I would have walked right into UVA. You understand what I'm saying? Then I go to the University of Virginia. Repeating the same habits, bad habits. Going to school, really not really trying real hard. Just like a day, junior year come around, guess what? I gotta leave. Well, I leave to go get drafted. By the grace of God, I got drafted in the third round. But if I would have stayed my last year, probably would have went first round. That's why I said just doing things the hard way. Doing the hard way, and then once you get there, you think, oh, I'm on top of the world. Well, now my education is stunted. I have no financial literacy. My people skills are all over the place because now I'm in shock. I go from Newport News to Charlottesville, drafted to Arizona. I mean, it's like big city, big lights, a lot of people sleep on Phoenix, Arizona. I went to Phoenix, Arizona for 3 years. I went to Cincinnati for a year. That was a drastic change. I went from 120 degrees to negative 20 degrees. And then next thing you know, I saw myself cut. First time in my life I've ever been cut. 25 years old. I'm the man, right? You know what I mean? Cut. Guess what? When that cut life come around, you really find out who your friends are. I was out the league for 2 years, so I really got a good dose. Friends leave, divorces, friends leave, money leave, family leave. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? For real? How many of y'all play sports? I know you play ball. You play. I tell you play ball. You got that walk like you got that walk like you know. But no, seriously, you know, seriously. And I found myself, trying to get a job. You have a degree. Man, I guess I should have took care of that, right? But you know, God is good. I fought my way back. I made it to Oakland, which was my childhood favorite team. You know, that's my number one team, and I just haven't been blessed to take advantage of the opportunity. I went there with $20 in my pocket in a suitcase. I just said I ain't going home because I knew I had to pick up the pace. I had to do it all over again, you know. But then I tell the young, you don't know how much stuff is really messed. You don't know how much stuff is really messed up until you start getting focused. Really. You really have no idea. The moment you said, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to really try to do something, everything just starts just coming back. You got to go back and fix it. You got to go back and deal with it. You got to go back and try to understand it, relearn it, all the stuff, everything that all your parents and all your friends, friends with good intentions are trying to tell you this, tell me the truth. You know, focus, get your grades right, you know, leave them friends alone, leave that girl alone, stop doing this, stop doing that, leave that boy alone. I mean,
stop listening to this, stop listening to that.
You dang all right. You right. You right. You want to know why? It's in your conscience. Everything you see, read, listen to, talk about, you become that person. Like I was reading this little sign right here. It says, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, they become your destiny. Right? I'm going to add one more. Watch your destiny because it becomes your death. Okay? That's deep. You get what I'm saying? It becomes your death. That little dash everybody talking about, that's your destiny right there. Everything you do in between, everything you've done, everything you do from point A to point B, it's supposed to mean something, you know? And then after, make it back to the league, man, doing my thing, get picked up in Baltimore. One day I get hurt. The last time I stepped on the field. So now take it now. I'm back on my feet. And then now I gotta go through the whole life transition. You know, that's what I like to call it. That's my new word that I'm not figuring out. It's really a transition process. You know, now I have to, deal with injuries. How am I gonna make money? Because I've already been told I ain't got no degree. So I go back to school, become a degree. Guess what? You don't have no skills. Okay, go get a couple skills. Guess what? You ain't got no experience. You can't win for losing. And at the time, I'm 35 now. I was like 32, 33 at the time, just like, what in the world? Like, I went back to school, by the grace of God, elite business and money, go back to school, and I'll finish my, got my bachelor's in business finance. Got my MBA. And now I'm in Georgetown getting my master's in real estate. So, with that, look, I could have, I'm 35 years old, I could have been done with that at 25. Okay. You did it the hard way. You know, and you know what? And the funny thing is that I've told this story countless amount of times now, and I didn't realize it till somebody told me. It was like, oh man, you straight, man. You know, you've always been this or that, man. You just decided to do it the hard way. And I was just like, like that's just been the highlight of my stories. just decided to do it the hard way. And so I gift my brother, which he's 10 years younger than me, and I have a son who's 15. Skip a step. Just skip a step. Everything you see everybody doing, just skip that step.
That's right.
Skip that step. But I gift my brother that. When he left school, when he left high school, he went to Delaware State, he transferred back home, all his friends were doing every little thing. I just said, don't do that. Just skip a step. Just stay focused. Just trust me. Skip a step. Now, last year he came to me, man, thank you. Because all them same friends, they in trouble, locked up, or they went to the army, nothing wrong with the military, don't get it twisted. But he was like, just everybody's life is miserable. Because with all the paths and angles he could have done, he probably would have ended up just like that. So since he just skipped a step, just to kind of regroup, he kind of, was kind of like, okay, well, I know that this isn't the way. Let me really try to stack up over here, And another thing is that you gotta understand, you got 2 tracks, right? Like, how many of y'all play sports again? Play sports? How many of you use it? Yeah, okay. So that's part of the category too. That's funny that everybody in here does sports and entertainment. So you gotta understand that the moment you said, I want to do sports and entertainment, you just signed up for a job. It's a job. You ain't getting paid for it yet, but it's a job. You basically working for free right now. They don't even know it. Because when you get to the big leagues, it's a job. My performance was my paycheck. My investment was my body. You understand what I'm saying? Your investment is your voice. Does that make sense? So you got 2 tracks, right? You have the sports entertainment track. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You have to use it and don't let it use you. You understand? Because I'm gonna tell you, it was easy for Darryl Blackstock, the Oakland Raider, or Arizona Cardinal to get in the room. It's easy for me to get in the room now, but I'm a retired player. I can't stay in the room. Right. You get what I'm saying? I can't stay in the room. That's a whole nother concept that can go down far. But understand that you got 2 jobs, because it don't matter if you play or sing for a day, a year, or 20 years. The trains don't stop. It's going to stop. It will stop. I don't care what sport you play. I don't care what you do. I don't care how long you sing. It is going to stop. If you don't cultivate this life train with just simple, get your degree, check the box. Get some skills, check the box. Just keep checking the box. Just checking the box. Checking the box. Because you might get tired of playing one day. You might get tired of singing. What you gonna do then? They're gonna look at you and say, well, you don't have a degree. Well, you don't have no skills. And you don't have no experience. I had a guy tell me one time, I care about your MBA. Like, you don't have no letters behind your name. You ain't got no experience. Like, wow. Okay. You walk out of here humble. It's what I'm trying to say is real. And it ain't easy. It's supposed to be hard. And everything that your parents are telling you, everything that you hear, all the gifts, listen to me. It gets better. Just listen. Skip a step. And the last thing I'll say is that I'm pretty sure all you guys got one of these, right? iPhone, right? iPhone, Samsung, all that, right? Just make sure your phone don't update more than you. Remember that. You might update every day, but don't let it update more than you. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Because that phone will update with or without you. You gotta constantly keep evolving yourself. And understand the arenas you in, they got a uniform. You gonna go out there without a helmet? You gonna go on the stage without a mic? Yes, sir. So guess what? I'm gonna have to be suited, booted. If I had it in my perfect world, I have my hair dreaded up, and I'll probably be chilling in some jeans. Nah, the uniform, the game I play, I gotta understand that. Stop wasting your time and really get focused. For real. And it's supposed to be hard. It sucks. I'm just being straight up. It sucks. But you do what you gotta do. it'll be good for him. You know, that's about it.
All right, Darryl Blackstock. So everyone pick up your phone. Pick your phone up. My phone, he has my phone. Pick up your phone and make a promise to yourself. My phone will not out-update me.
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 All right, give it again for Darryl Blackstock. All right, our next presenter, our next speaker, has a fighting chance to keep everybody's attention. He's a top cop here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thank you for your service to the streets, to our city. He's also boxing, so he has some nice hands. I wish I had some theme music. So what we'll do is we're all going to sing along with me as we bring him up. We're going to bring up the police officer, the boxer, Frank Filippone.
I ain't got no
Ladies and gentlemen, Officer Frank Filippone.
I didn't play for the NFL, so I got to use this right here. Of course, I ain't really tall either, so, you know. All right, so, as you can see, Frankie the boxer, Frankie the police officer, I can tell, just like everybody else up here, it's been a struggle, but struggle builds character. So I can tell you that when I was a kid, my dream was to be a professional fighter. Now, the dream was originally to be a world championship boxer. I had to settle for the junior world title. So I'll take it. But when I was a kid growing up in Norfolk, things didn't seem as clear as they do now. And the reason why is, just like many of our youth, we get lost in being in the in crowd. We get lost about trying to find our place in society. So I was the same way. I never got into some real big trouble. Helpful and thankful for some Norfolk police officers and some detectives that kind of steered me in the right direction. But I can tell you that I was going on that wrong path to the point where people didn't even want their kids hanging out with me. They said, hey, we don't want you hanging out with our son. You're giving him bad advice. You're giving him, you're just hanging out with the wrong people. And I can tell you what really hit me hard is when we buried my close friend a couple years ago. And his mom at the funeral said, I wish you'd have hung out with you more. And that really hit me because he wasn't going down the wrong path, but he never got out of that path. He never stayed. He stayed right there. Now, granted, he wasn't a real bad kid, and that's what we always say. But unfortunately, sometimes we stay in the same spot. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not trying to look back because I'm not going that way anymore. I'm looking forward. I'm looking to the right place. So, you know, a lot of people will tell you, hey, it's like they told me in boxing, you'll never make it, right? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real. Too slow, too old, too white, just be honest with you. And I told him, well, I'm Italian, so there's a difference. You got three types. Look, you got three types of people, three types of men, right? You got the white man, you got the brother man, you got me, the other man. Years old. So when I started there, again, nobody gave me the time of day. And I got frustrated, so I quit boxing in 2003 after I won the Golden Gloves. Had everything going for me, but the problem was there were people out there trying to take my money. A manager tried to take 30% of my money, and I ain't even made any yet. All right, so when you're a young guy trying to, I say young, 20 ain't that young for the sport, but I was trying to make that work, and I just lost the drive. I lost it, and I had to bring it. I had to get it back. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't easy because the bottom line was, again, nobody wanted to take a chance with me. And I had one guy that wanted to take a chance with me. And we went started amateur boxing, turned pro. I turned pro in 2008, and I, had a couple good fights, had a couple building fights. You fight the chumps first, and then and you build your way up slowly, right? So especially since I'm old. And then I had a couple other people believe in me because we were making some moves. All right, so I got a Christian rapper that I listen to. His name is Andy Mineo. He says either making excuses or making moves. That's it. That's all. Those are your two options. And I was tired of making excuses, so we put in the work. I'm not talented. I may not be as talented as he was, or the sports players that you see on TV now. I'm not talented. I'm telling you that right now. I just work harder than everyone else, and that's what it takes. It takes a little bit of character. It takes a lot of hard work, because when you're doing the right thing and everybody's pulling you to do the wrong thing, that's what matters. That's where you say, okay, no, I gotta do things. I got things. When we play sports in high school, football, baseball, there's a season. Right? The season ends right there. But for boxing, there was no season. You fight every year, all year, every day. And most of the time, I didn't get into any more trouble because I was too dang tired to do anything else. I'm trying to put, and you get punched in the face, so sometimes you don't remember what you did a couple of days ago. So, listen. So hard work is why I preach. It's because it makes sense. You can go do the wrong path, you can go down the right path, but hard work will get you where you need to, regardless of what path you're on. But you gotta have the hard work. You gotta put in the work. We talk about living a dream. My thing is keep punching no matter what life throws at you. Right? Boxing, right? I even got the boxing socks on. I'm all about boxing. All right, but what helped me do this? Now look, I will tell you, I have 5 belts. I only brought 3. I'm too old to carry all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I was able to rise to the occasion, 15th in the world in my weight class. Whoa. That's a hard road to be a 36-year-old guy with a world ranking of 15th in the world. That's big in my day. Now, I would like to get in the top 10. I'd like to fight for a world title. Now, I'll tell you this. I did fight on ESPN twice. I did get beat up twice. I'm just saying. But they know I was there. Listen, nobody from my area, there's only Sweet Pea Whitaker and Hampton Roads won titles in this area. And I'm the second one. So maybe Jordan Spivey. I apologize. Jordan Spivey, he's won a title too. But I have 5 to my record. Now, granted, again, we talk about world champions and stuff like that. I'm a world champion to the kids I mentor. They don't care about anything else. Because when I bring this belt out on the street of Virginia Beach or Newport News, when I started, the uniform, because I am a police officer, the uniform already gets the bad rap, right? Because there are people out there in the uniform doing the wrong thing. Just like there are people in the community doing the wrong thing. And I'm going to tell you this, when I brought this belt out to the kids on the street, it changed everything. You know why? Because it didn't show the type of person I am, it showed what's possible for them. It's not my accomplishments, it's their accomplishment. Because that's what drives me, is to see these kids do well, especially you guys. Y'all, just like Blackstone talking about, when we all are done with your sports or your plan, you got to have that other plan too. Now, granted, I started college just a few months ago, so I'm telling you right now, math kicked my tail last semester.
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
Stay conscious. Stay fly.